This documentary started off as an experience of the day in the life of a fisherman. But it slowly turned into a very damning revelation about the difficulties that a landing beach, which was constructed to help the people, now presents the people with. I love Teshie. I'm from Teshie. Teshie is one of the most communally beautiful places in Ghana. Children running around, women smoking fish, firewood sellers working on their firewood. Music in the streets, the music in the streets. I don't think I have experienced this anywhere else. The place has soul, and I felt it while I walked through the streets of Teshie. You cannot talk about Teshie without talking about fishing. For the people of Teshie, fishing is not just an occupation. It has a heart and soul. It's part of our cultural history, but I generally did not have a good understanding of the work of the fisherfolk. Curious to understand this life, I joined the fishermen in one of their expeditions, and what I witnessed was eye-opening.
This is my first time on a fishing canoe. I'm dizzy and nauseous. I'm very nauseous. I knew it would be like this, but it's actually it's a lot more scary than I thought. The canoe is not stable at all, keeps moving with the waves. And many times I thought we'd fall into the ocean. But they're standing and they're okay. So I guess it's safe.
A few times I tried to help them pull the net and pull the rope. My palms after 10 minutes were all sore and I could feel pain in my back, my palms. I began to feel a little seasick. It was all so much, but the men, the fishermen, for hours they pulled the nets.
They go through a lot to bring us the fish that we eat. I think I appreciate fishermen a little more now than before. I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait for it to be over. I feel vomit rising up my throat. They're so strong. They're really strong. It's a lot more difficult than it looks.
And when the fish finally came out, the fish was so little. And I thought, all of that hard work for this small catch? And they said, yes, that's how it is sometimes. But every day you must come out and do the work because you have family waiting for you back at home. That's the work. They work so hard.
I'm fine. This has been good. It's a very eye-opening experience.
Out on the water, I asked many questions, but there was one answer that stayed with me. I asked a simple question. What is your biggest fear in this profession? I expected them to say the storms, or the strong tides, or the dangers of working in the open sea. Instead, they said something shocking. The wharf. The landing bay. Confused, I asked them why something built to help them had become their greatest fear. What they told me was heartbreaking.
In late 2018, efforts began to improve fishing activities along Ghana's coast. The government of Ghana secured funding from the China Development Bank Loan Facility to develop 10 modern coastal fish landing sites. Sites were planned for Axim, Dieskov, Elmina, Moree, Manford, Winneba, Senyabereku, Gomoafete, Teshie, and Kita. In addition, 2 fishing ports were to be developed at Elmina and Jamestown. This project was one of government's priority initiatives to support coastal fishing communities. The project was implemented by the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development with the supervision from Ghana's Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA. This falls under the authority's mandate in the GPHA Law of 1986, PNDC Law 160, to plan, build, operate and manage ports and harbours in Ghana. The goal was simple but important. These landing sites were designed to make it safer for fishermen to launch and land their canoes. They were also built to provide clean and hygienic environments where fish can be handled and sold. With improved storage facilities, the project also aims to reduce the fish spoilage after landing, helping fishermen keep more of their catch fresh and valuable. Beyond fishing, the landing sites are creating new job opportunities for the people in the community, from fish processing and storage to trading and transport. For communities like Teshie, these developments represent a step towards a stronger and more sustainable future for the fishing industry.
But along this shore, something has changed.
Si amepene mintaji alewu kume ki ajeje wukume wonye manshika kwa fe ni lo woche manshika kwa fe aje nyanu ngele nyotete ya yimie ni le won ni fe di.
The fishermen know the danger, and the questions keep coming. This is not just a landing bay. It's a test of survival.
Achom John Mate Mama. Wole nyojimi ente wa ondo se mba chon yache. Ken ye wo mi ken fi ya na okokura afi nyumu enu o 20 years onse. Ni sho na san bien chuni e bien ga kwen bi kete fi no fi anu. Lele. Afi nyoji edwe ne mi. Nyoji edwe mi pepepe ne wo ye bien ni na agbababa. Pede show yi mbinu ekome mi je je bombo abomboto neji wochole chone yama e anas no afite tomo deep sea nweton onre asmi neji abasanyo mwenu wo ne etwa keba ni wolele ke mi je je chone ni ke wo mi ni wote wa wo me womba wo be ni wa wole me ni wo she what back shit? What fair now, boy? Oh, cafe. I'm Miliku Baba. You are a don't want me out, you was shit now, boy. Short travel, BBO, show Amelia travel. Cabri Maconi. Benoit, Alex, go about you, Kama say, King Tomb. She cafe, the wall, the lake, a choniac, the Memphis, Cargo. Say, but then I watch all the Bocambe. Nijitama bed moon. Ni bi eyin fi bakata lele no bia ni me ikule show na fi o no me ba wo yi gbeke bibi na ka te wo ababa ame shukun gbele aji mi shi yo wa iwale na e ha ne bale na ka shi ni bi eyin efin ba pata abon moto eyin pata ya eyin pata lele eyin pata no ka wo che ne ga gapo abi ni ame ba ahun ni wo fie gidigidi ake ni na fie awo e ke gbele baba.
John Mate Mama showed me the remains of his canoe completely destroyed after powerful tides pushed them violently against the wharf. He considers himself lucky. Others were not so fortunate.
Inkele kanshin eyawo. Inkele kanshin abachele shkumi. Eteshi, shenyono eteshi. Mbuko bose badi bachele. Ninkele te oke hile ya. Eshi, ome kanshin, epene ni ite. Nete ebako. Shimbeni anwa ke oshina eba. Ona ko shame fe amuni kete me pashian. Shile ebako. Shenyanyo komi akele plashan kele te lekima. Omi fi la ke bede kule li enyanyo mwe pala. Benate lekima. Be kule nya mese kete. Wo shan vie fe yue ni ke be kule nya mese kete. O anye me gbomo baba lo pa won fe ko le ya wo no. Na cha fe 5 kese. Still be pa do nye me po ya to be wa ya insure na. Wa ko no wa sha linga no ni bo ke wa ke wo po se. Shoni ba eba omo. Odita ke no ni be bo mo ake mi ni tra ke gbomo be egbolo eke o wo pa àwọn egbomo ba wo pa àwọn gbomo ba yo wo ba shin wo ba ta shin àwọn atra fe wo fun mi market wo fo ko wo wa atra one kese wo kan shin mo ko ba shi koko anale Teshie owule e ba gbe shin ye koko bridge e awo lele lo ìgbà che ebi e ko le ne mi na me lo mi na te na ya wo le ke ba machine
Pane ule ba Teshie ni obi ete shobi chama
mo fe ne
Enyame sekeke.
aba akale ba fa linga no na ba che mi ni minte
O ya.
fe ne
No ya pala ni mete.
ni wa mi e mi ma fo ni ya kole ana kole kolo ejile
Anyele lost her husband.
Ye kwen pi de mi manin na yo da se ye kakaka. Shi wa fu e wo npa wo ya. Aya ke obla yo ni ya ni yo bele ye. Ewo lele mi ta. Wo ya wo e. First kwa ya wo e ke ishon tufi wa ngun sho na ya. Shi bi ane wa fu na fe wo e ona ishoke no ke ichubo no ebutu lele. Lo aga ni fi no che wo mi bo wo de aga ba ni bi ayi. Nu le we pene ka shile wa fu e duran le fe fiti machine fe fiti ya fe mi yo ke mi shile te bi agba lo ke je ya shi njo lo bi ane kan te shi mi ni wana ga ye e ke na ni problem e en tawo ya te api e pa da se ne.
Joseph Cortejan can no longer stand up straight or walk properly after being crushed into the wharf by strong tides during a fishing trip.
Lele ke chone ke ya fe ba nye sheto mo 1 billion ni bi afite o na shika ke je wo ya mi don wo bi ana itun ka winter.
These are not isolated incidents. These are everyday realities of the people of Teshie who go to sea to earn a living.
From what the fisherfolk say, there are structural defects with the construction with the landing beach. They complain about the direction of the landing beach and the direction of the wind and the tides. Their explanation is that because of the direction of the landing beach, when they are coming from their fishing expeditions, the wind and the tide sometimes carry the canoe directly into the construction, leading to a destruction of their very expensive canoes and sometimes loss of life. They also explain that the construction obstructs their view from seeing the beach. Before, they could see everything, and if someone was drowning, they could help them. Now they can't see, and so there have been drowning incidents where the fishermen have just been totally oblivious of what's happening and people have died.
Teshie can drink into sham. Okay. In bile ame fo. Sin ame bemu lepe yong if yai nkeleya kem e ya school inte ene shene nkeleya wochiche funyo editon. Dani mba shan e ko me kemi ya ni school nkwe. Nkeleya kemi qualify. E ka bika school ami ne ane able to school trim. Dani lenwe ya ame class. Sin Monday ni ba na ji 2 months. E just school mi ba. E ka ba you come get fro. Na ya le mi nka unsumo fro tin sumo kena. Muni ya kena ni gele fen o ba ta tun mi no ba yi. No ba yi tan ni e ba sha tin si jan. Ni ka o ma ya so e chu enshi. Ni gela ka o munta wo je egbe iwo. Ke je ahwe ni kuma yele kun ba ke mi aka o ma kuma yele. Si an chofo. Mfo ni abele mo ya linga no mo bi mi aka jeli mo yo ni ka o. Ni SPD ni ka umba alinga no mate bi la ka mi ni ba ni kan ba ni ga chomo ni jin bemba se ga ta jin bi kan bi enyo mi kan bi le atale ke e protocol kutu ke ba ke amegele won sho na me ke la ke ele won sho ke ya je me wa fu e wo bu ye je me esteme ka di mu kote bi kan ko won sho e de me sale because wa fu na fi e wa cha de me wo bu ye de me bi kan de ke na kan fu bi ke di akeke ise de me e ba chen zon ka wo obi kan bi amamba jam jom ye si chu come to be na ma fo ame ye e bi le mpele na mu bi kan bi ni amenye la mewo wo be na me fufa na fo amenya ba che boy se ni po ya yin sure na ke ni bi ye bi na ba che boy se ya ata won bi la hun anale sure ke lete wo wa fo na fe ye dim e gbe me din te din bi le pe anako lo lolo e ba ko lolo 2 months ne ba ko lolo.
Inwo ni etenu me ye ti mi ko pako ake osofo ke ya wale ni shona se afo canopy ni de shem se me ko ese ba ni ke ya don ni ka ke ya mi ti o ke ji ni ba kan se be kan se kunu wo fe mu wo so le ke ya onu anu kwale we ton si so me ma hele si no wa te ma ke so is afraid me so is afraid mo le ke ya so na wo a small room ko mi le wo di mi ni bon le te mo bra afraid anyway le mbilete mi dey stand here he osofu e nso e sha osofu e wo le ya save osofu e ile ke twense
e woni predele eteje me the eyewitnesses ni anonymous ameke ile hu ya ko wo felo alu
be
mi tutuntumba
nso e sha osofu e kenga muri na lepo e twense ya nso le wo ya wo instead for that be eke emake nso e sha osofu e ni mbile here free ye teni ya save osofu e ni sure can be late
o be na kan bi na sure sha be
osofu e leba no ni wo po na te na afọ ya afọ e ni gbomobu canopy mama na afọ he ni wo ache gbomo canopy mama afọ e ni gbomo ya gbo Ni mo pele sisi. One mo nka mo pele sisi. One mo pele sisi. Mo pele sisi. Sister. Mo pele sisi. Ne. Mo pele sisi.
Bemi ni ate ko ni ke wa fu ni ke bo ke ten sho wo mo ni loko ba mo ko here wonyo wota gon here wona ton oju fu wa wo me ye mo ko ke ni te mi den chen hi si bana fe le he wo ke sho ke be ke bi en ya ana onyo na be na ba ye le shin e ka meti
Anokwa ni na ba fi di me egbe egbon. Bele apa ma se Teshie man ni e pata ma bi ahin. Wa wo ke di no ko fe mo ye here. Won pa ban fai. Na ba fe no ko ye ha wo. Ya ke ma yin ne pata ke last ne sure ke won show me de la bibio.
The fishermen told me what they envisioned when they were promised a landing bay was something similar to the construction in Jamestown. Out of curiosity, I visited the Jamestown Fishing Harbour to see and experience this firsthand. At the Jamestown Harbour, I asked the fisherfolk what their impressions were of the landing bay in Teshie.
Afe ni kwa we bi we to enjoy fish ka wote jeme wona enjoy jeme binu ni e ole be fun kura
Teshie ni na fe ke yi o mi yin kura gbele ni amba fe e aka bo awo ke yo mo ko na bibi be do ba na ba ga gbomo egbo ni egbe mi ni amega mi fe waf a lo tena be amega mba fe waf ni na mba fe gbele o je yin kura
aga agbo ensure na agbo ensure ka yo mu esu ko ami gbe ensure na bi e ami gbe mi ni yogo no do anu na mi fe je ami ba mi wo ma na yo mo ni je wo so ni chebo wo je bi wo te je me na gbari wa na onye wa ji.
Their answers raised more concerns. Questions the fishermen could not answer. So I went a step further to visit the GPHA, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, to seek further clarification. I was instructed to submit a letter with my questions and would subsequently get answers. Does it effectively meet the needs of the local people?
Yes, the facility largely meets the needs of the local community. However, there are few challenges with some sections of the marine infrastructure. Siltation within the basin and rock removal that were not reviewed by the consultant.
What plans, if any, are in place to address these defects?
At the time the issues were identified, the project's consultant advised that the allocated funds for remedial works had been fully exhausted. During the pre-handover inspection, the then Deputy Minister of Transport indicated that the ministry would explore options for securing additional funding to address the outstanding issues.
Some fishermen have reported that, due to the sighting of the landing bay, their canoes have been destroyed or damaged. There are also reports of fatalities involving fishermen and children allegedly linked to the project. Has this issue come to your attention? And if so, what measures have been taken to investigate and address these concerns?
The matter of damaged canoes and the unfortunate loss of lives came to GPHA's attention through the Ministry of Transport in June 2023, following the receipt of a petition from the Fisherfolk raising concerns about the Teshie landing site and its impact on their operations, including safety issues. Upon receipt of the petition, the Ministry of Transport took up the matter directly and engaged a private contractor to assess the situation and provide cost estimates for remedial works to address the challenges identified. In 2024, the then Deputy Minister for Transport visited the site and engaged with the community, during which he assured the fisherfolk that the ministry would explore funding options to implement the necessary remedial measures. It is important to note that the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority operates under the supervision of the Ministry of Transport and acts based on policy direction and instructions from the ministry. As such, following these engagements, GPHA at the level of engineers has not received further directives from the Ministry of Transport regarding the next steps to be taken. Though GPHA is not involved in the day-to-day management or oversight of any landing sites, including Teshie, GPHA remains committed to supporting efforts to ensure the safety of fishermen and the surrounding community and will act promptly once formal instruction and budgetary support are received.
I further wrote to the Ministry of Transportation, since the construction of the Landing Bay was under the authority of this ministry with supervision from the GPHA. Are there any defects or challenges? The Ministry of Transportation responds. With regards to defects, since the question is engineering and design related, we advise that you contact the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Today, what the people of Teshie are asking for has absolutely nothing to do with politics. They are asking for help. They are asking to be heard. They are asking for safety to be returned to the shore. This is an honest plea to the authorities, stakeholders, and all who care about our coastal communities to come to the aid of our fishermen. Because behind every canoe that leaves the shore is a family waiting for someone to come back home.
No